Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this video, we are going to check out XDC's price chart. And if you remember in the previous update, we were right in here. And the idea was that at least for the next couple of hours, I believe for the next like 20-30 hours, this move down is going to continue a little bit more. Why? Because odds are in here, we are having a correction for 4. And I said back then, we're going to get most likely another move down into wave 5. And we did get that. Question is, can we argue that maybe this is our wave 3, this was our wave 4, and this can be, for example, like a truncated wave on the downside into wave 5. I know you are going to say right now, truncated waves are like extremely rare, and I fully agree with you. But the thing is, nonetheless, truncated waves are actually possible. However, from my point of view, there is a good chance the current move up may not be as bullish as we all think it is going to be. Why? You see, if you want to argue that we're going to have our final low around this area, let's say this is like a very important support, then off of the lowest low, you need to be able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave on the upside. And this is kind of the problem. At the moment, I do not believe this is an impulsive structure up. I think this looks kind of more like an A, B, C in form of a zigzag. And what's the matter with this structure? Well, it kind of comes down to its previous moves. Why? Because I think we can all agree this is also a 3-wave movement, and this face down is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably into an A, correction for wave B, and another clear cut impulse on the downside into our ceiling. Now, if you are a regular viewer of the main channel, you probably know where this is going. I believe a correction started from this point, and we haven't even still reached to the end of it yet. And overall, the correction is going to be into wave 4. And you probably know about the shape of it. One very important pattern that has a habit of happening into a wave 4 is, you know what, an A, B, C, D, E, a triangle structure. And for the subwaves, we must have basically every single wave, A, B, C zigzags. There we go. A, B, C up into C, A, B, C down into D. Excuse me, what just happened? And this is our final ABC on the upside into our E. Now let's go on the live chart and count some waves. So we said this is ABC up, ABC down, ABC up, and what you do not want to see in the short term, if you want to remain optimistic in XDC, is maybe another ABC down and yet another move on the upside in form of an ABC, because that is going to imply overall this whole pattern starting from this low is just a simple triangle structure, and after it's over, we are most likely going to have another move down into this wave 5. So back to the first question, can this move up be an optimistic sign? The answer is yes, it can be. However, it's not really going to be my primary case. In my primary scenario, I'm going to argue in XCC, we are still having a correction into wave 4, and after it's over, you should probably expect some more downward price action. And I really believe that after this potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave is over, we are going to have a move on the upside. However, again, this move up by itself, it's not really that important. What really matters is the shape of our move, okay? I cannot stress this point enough. That's why I say it in every single video. If we get a slow and choppy move, well, okay, at that point, that's going to suggest this is an impulse probably into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, and what's next, probably big move down into wave 3, 4, 5. On the other hand, if we manage to get like a very strong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, especially in order to take this high, okay, at that point, I think we need to consider the possibility of having an A, B, C flat to about this point. And I think at that point, we are going to be allowed to be maybe a bit more optimistic than before. But right now, it's a bit too soon to talk about that kind of scenarios. For now, let's just focus on yet another move on the downside, and then we will pick it up and see where are we going to go from there. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XDC's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.